정우성. Thank you so much for joining us today. What a performance in that film. Really, really incredible. I want to have some time for questions from our audience, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about the film itself and your work in the film. This film is directed by Lee Jung-jae, who I know is also a good friend of yours. I read an interview that he was talking about that he couldn't find a director to direct this film because everyone said it was too complex and too difficult. And so it's quite a feat that he was able to do this for his first feature. And I wanted to find out what it was like collaborating with your friend, directing you in this film.
알로하. 반갑습니다. 네, 뭐 신인 감독이 저같이 경력이 오래된 배우와 함께 한 것에 대해서 더 감사해야 되지 않을까요?
Shouldn't he be grateful for working with me like such a veteran and superstar?
오랫동안 이제 저희는 영화 배우라는 직업을 통해서 영화 현장 그리고 영화를 만드는 거에 대한 어떤 작업에 대한 어떤 공감 그리고 호기심 그리고 그 안에 배우로서 한 부분을 차지하고 있는 우리의 일 그리고 이제 이것을 더 확장해서 영화를 만드는 사람에 대한 어떤 그런 욕구가 오랫동안 있었어요. 그래서 이렇게 감독에 도전하고 프로듀서에 도전하고 이런 것들은 저희에게는 굉장히 자연스러운 일이었다고 생각합니다.
So there has been long and the burning desire as an actor and also the movie industry person. That has been growing up through while we are working in the set, and also we're developing our curiosity and our own perspective through our job. So that's actually our job, and by doing so, we also become not just to remain as an actor, we just a development movie creator. So we realize our make it true, our dream true. And so that's why we keep challenging ourselves to be producer and directors.
So in the process, it was very collaborative, and director Lee Jung-jae received feedback from you. I heard that you actually collaborated on creating a couple of the scenes, specifically with the students. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about your input to director Lee for the film.
사실은 이제 시나리오를 굉장히 오랫동안 수정 작업을 했거든요. 그래서 그 과정 속에서 아까 설명을 드렸는데 여러 감독들에게 접촉을 하고 그리고 어떤 감독들이랑은 짧은 시간 작업도 했었고요. 그러다가 이제 불발이 돼서 계속해서 또 다른 감독을 찾는 그런 시간들 속에서 그 시나리오의 그 작업과 수정 과정되는 속에서 계속해서 저의 의견을 조심스럽게 계속 얘기했고 이미 촬영에 이제 들어가는 그 시나리오는 충분히 그 주변의 어떤 의견들이 많이 개입이 된 시나리오여서 촬영에 들어갈 때는 오히려 별 얘기를 안 했어요. 그리고 촬영의 입장에서는 절대적으로 이 감독의 어떤 주관적인 어떤 시선과 관점이 더 중요하다는 생각이 있었기 때문에 제가 먼저 연출을 함으로써 연출 현장에서의 경험이 있거나 그런 저의 경험을 가지고 함부로 저의 어떤 주관적인 어떤 생각을 그 감독에게 이야기하는 것을 굉장히 조심스럽게 생각했고, 다만 이제 지치지 않기를 바랬기 때문에 그 옆에서 그냥 만약에 힘들 때 살짝 기댈 수 있는 정도의 거리에서 늘 이렇게 지켜봤던 것 같아요.
I have been watching him. The revision process. Actually, he has revised and modified the script so many times. And then during that period, actually, we tried to find the right director so many times. And actually, there is a director who worked with us briefly, but we couldn't find the right one. So. During the process, the scripting and those kind of process, I constantly tell him my opinion. So kind of my opinion is already incorporated in the process. So I did when we actually started our shooting and start filming. I didn't want to say anything that much because I want to respect his perspective as a director. So I just I try to refrain myself giving him any of my personal opinion and as a director, and I just wanted to encourage him, but I just still needed to keep a proper distance in terms of to respect.
Did you, so you've shot this film, and then shortly after you directed your own film, which we showed in
Actually, my film was before this one.
Oh, your film was first. Oh, I thought it was the other way around. So having filmed, having had the experience of directing yourself as you were acting and directing in A Man of Reason, did that give you? Was that any assistance to you, or were you able to give any advice to Lee Jung-jae in directing himself for the first time?
그 모든 현장은 다 다르기 때문에 저의 경험이 또 헌트의 현장에서 어떤 좋은 어드바이스가 될 거라고 생각 안 해요. 다만 이제 제가 줄 수 있는 건 체력을 유지하라고 인삼액 그런 건강을 유지할 수 있는 영양제 같은 걸 옆에 주시면서 지치지 말라고 응원했습니다.
Actually, although I have experience in the feature, the directorial debut, making my own film, so I don't think my experience is gonna be a benefit to him in terms of making his own film, because every the filming side and shooting side is different because they have their own unique the ambience and environment. Just actually the only thing I did actually giving the ginseng extract. It's a very good quality Korean dietary supplement because I wanted him to maintain his stamina.
Need lots of energy. I want to open it up to some questions from the audience. If you just want to raise your hand and then stand up and ask your question. Don't be shy. Yes, right here.
So I wanted to put a plug in for how humorous he is. I saw on YouTube that his studio was visited by game caterers, and the producer now, said that Jung-jae speaks rationally, but to a older KBS show that used to be called, I think, Road to Hope.
So the question is, I think because of your involvement in human rights projects, if you would ever consider doing a documentary project around refugees.
저는 이제 UNHCR이라는 이제 유엔 산하기구에서 같이 친선대사로 일을 하기 때문에 레피지 캠프는 2014년부터 계속 이렇게 매년 다니고 있었고요. 다만 이제 코로나가 발생한 근 몇 년 동안 못 가다가 이제 다시 코로나가 좀 안정이 되면서 올해 다시 폴란드 그 우크라이나 그 난민들을 만나기 위해서 폴란드에 갔었죠. 사실 그 현장에 갈 때는 그 메이킹 팀이 같이 붙어서 작은 짧은 어떤 다큐멘터리를 완성을 해서 그 뭐 세계 난민의 날이나 이런 어떤 기회가 주어지는 시간에 같이 살고 있는 공동체 여러분들에게 보일 수 있는 기회는 있습니다.
I have been working with the UNHCR as a good ambassador since 2014, and also I started visiting the refugee camps since 2014. Actually, after pandemic, I couldn't visit there because of the situation, but things getting better. So this year, I visited in the one refugee camp that Ukraine's refugees are stayed because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine in Poland. And whenever I visit refugee camps, actually the UNHCR making films team go with me, and then we make a short documentary. So this kind of short documentary is aired. Actually, have opportunity to be seen to the world as a community. So, for example, on the World Refugee Day.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Do we have some other questions from the audience? Yes, right here.
I wonder what was the most memorable scene during the movie shoot? 영화 촬영 중에 가장 기억에 남았던 장면이 무엇이었나요?
What is the most memorable scene that you shot during the film?
사실 이정재 씨와 저는 23년 전에 이제 태양은 없다라는 영화를 함께 찍고, 그리고는 함께 또 영화 작업을 하고 싶었는데 그러지 못하고 헌트로 이제 같이 작업을 하게 됐어요. 그래서 저희에게는 굉장히 의미 있는 일이었지만, 이게 그 의미를 이 영화의 본질적 재미보다 먼저 여러분들에게 강요할 수는 없잖아요. 그러니까 영화가 우선 재밌어야지 그 의미가 이제 되새겨지는 거니까요. 그래서 그 작업 자체를 굉장히 치열하게 했던 것 같아요. 우리의 의미, 우리의 가치로만 남겨서는 안 되기 때문에. 그렇기 때문에 그 작업하는 과정의 모든 시간이 굉장히 특별했던 시간이었기 때문에, 어떤 한 씬이나 어떤 캐릭터 안으로 들어가서 어떤 한 씬이 나에게 특별했던 장면이다라고 말씀드리기에는 아직은 조금 힘드네요.
Lee Jang-jae and I actually shot the film together. Actually, we co-starred 23 years ago in the movie The City of Rising Sun. And since then, we have burning desire. We gotta make a movie together again. But through this opportunity, The Hunt, he did the double duty, and then I co-starred with him. This itself is a tremendous meaning to us, but we cannot demand the audience because this is so important for us. You guys should accept like that. That's ridiculous. Actually, the movie's quality, the message, it should be delivered to the audience first. That's more important. And to realize that, the movie itself should be fun and interesting, has meaning, and also that actually we just put out everything. We just made such a long and arduous effort during every single moment of the process to making of this movie, because we clearly realize that this cannot remain as just unforgettable memory for both of us. So every single moment with him was unimaginably special. So I cannot pinpoint only one scene or the character itself.
Do you have any other questions from the audience? Yes, right back.
For solo에서 그게
most handsome man in Korea. That's what she. Oh.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
What do you think? Yeah.
I told my husband that you are the most handsome man.
Do you? Okay. At least, do you agree with that? Thank you.
I think that counts as more of a comment. Do we have any other questions for Chung-woo-sung?
I guess for fun, can we expect to see you maybe do a cameo in the next Squid Game?
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe or not.
I wanted to. I have a follow-up question. There's this film. There's so much intrigue. There's so many people are cross and double cross. Everybody's playing both sides, and a lot of what you have to convey is there's so many layers to your character and so many layers to what is going on in the mind of your character. Can you talk a little bit about how you conveyed those emotions through your expressions? Because it's pretty incredible that simply through your expressions and your eyes that you're able to convey this level of depth in the character. I don't know if that's
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
이게 이제 사실은 어떻게 보면 이제 연기를 할 때 관객의 받아들이는 관객의 심리를 먼저 생각했던 캐릭터이기도 한 것 같아요. 이게 극과 극의 전혀 다른 극과 극의 점을 이렇게 원으로 만들면 만나잖아요. 그래서 이게 권력 기관 안에 그리고 정보를 다루는 이 기관 안에서의 고민은 어떤 본인 스스로가 갖고 있는 이 내면적 고민의 얼굴을 그대로 하더라도 읽는 사람은 다른 반대점에 고민을 하고 있구나라고 받아들일 수 있는 여지의 캐릭터이고 또 그런 신분을 갖고 있는 그런 공간 안에 있는 사람이었던 것 같아요. 그래서 어떻게 보면은 김정도도 그렇고 박병호도 그렇고 자기 내면 속의 어떤 비밀, 신분의 비밀, 정보의 비밀을 감추는 어떤 그런 딜레마가 있으면서도 그거를 캐내야 되겠다는 어떤 그 고민의 얼굴도 있잖아요. 그렇기 때문에 어떻게 보면 감추는 얼굴보다는 어떤 그냥 고민하는 얼굴 하나만 가지고 있어도 보는 사람들은 쟤는 지금 무슨 생각을 할까? 라는 어떤 또 다른 어떤 궁금증을 만들어낼 수 있는 그런 캐릭터들이죠.
Before I portray this Kim Jong-do, actually I have contemplating how to inhabit Kim Jong-do, and by portraying my performance, and because I wanna kind of satisfy the audience's psychology. Actually, like we know, actually a circle is gonna meet from one point to the other point. So the inside that the intelligence agency, so the two different people have anguish, anxiety, and so many questions. So actually, both two characters having a seemingly it has totally different questions and the anguish. But actually, if you look deep into their character, they are kind of have a same question. So that's why I wanted to leave a room in my character. So by doing so, the audience can have a think about that. And so that kind of the latitude I enjoyed. And also, like that, those two characters, Kim Jong-do and Kim Pyong-ho, those two the characters have a dilemma and English. They have those two at the same time. Though in detail, their dilemma is they have to find out who is the mole, who is the dongmin, and but then also they have to find out, identify who is that. Actually, their dilemma is they have to remain their identity secret, and so that kind of the English and the question can kind of give the audience kind of curiosity because they can keep thinking about what those characters are thinking about, what's going on.
They're hiding so much while they're also searching. We have time for maybe one more question if we have one today. Anyone? No? Okay, right here.
Hi, do you have any plans to either act or direct another film?
Yes, a lot.
Specifically, directing. Do you plan to direct another film after *A Man of Reason*?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, maybe next year because I have some projects that produce as a producer and as an actor. So after that, those projects, yeah, I will do. I will make another my directed movie.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
If everyone could just remain seated for one moment, we're gonna head out to the lobby first. Thank you all so much. We'll see you outside. And *A Man of Reason* encore screening tomorrow afternoon. Don't miss it.
Thank you.